part 1 of a 4-part series leading into one of the most important backstories of Geralt of Rivia.
He is the White Wolf!
This one will be quick. What is the Tridam Ultimatum, and why is it important to the Witcher story? The Tridam Ultimatum is a name given to a very tragic event which happened 3 years prior to the event that we'll be discussing in part 4 of this series. Here's a passage directly from the third short story within Book 1 of the Witcher series. Quote, "The Baron of Tridam was holding some brigands in the dungeons. Their comrades, one of whom was the half-blood Sivril, seized a river ferry full of pilgrims during the Feast of Nis. They demanded the Baron set those others free. The Baron refused, so they began murdering pilgrims one after another. By the time the Baron released his prisoners, they'd thrown a dozen pilgrims overboard to drift with the current. And following the deaths, the Baron was in danger of exile or even of execution. Some blamed him for waiting so long to give in, and others claimed he'd committed a great evil in releasing the men and setting a precedent. The gang should have been shot from the banks together with the hostages or attacked on the boats. He shouldn't have given an inch." At the tribunal, the Baron argued he'd had no choice. He'd chosen the lesser evil to save more than 25 people, women and children, on the ferry. So there are 2 things that you need to know about this in terms of the next 3 videos in this series. First, this concept of capitulating to hostage takers. It's a complicated topic. It brings to light that concept we mentioned earlier, the lesser evil. If you don't appease a hostage taker, then innocents can be harmed or even killed. But if you do appease them, then you're setting precedent. You're giving the hostage taker a win of sorts, and you're sort of setting yourself up for that person or someone new to do the same to you, which leads into the second takeaway. In part 4 of this series, you'll see that someone does just so. A hostage taker implements the Tridam Ultimatum, but check out parts 2 and 3 first. Alright, I'll talk to you.